So last week I uploaded a video talking about some potential flashback cards that we could see during FIFA 19, and you guys, you really seemed to enjoy that video and you were incredibly active in the comment section letting me know about a bunch of players that you felt should get flashback cards that I didn't mention in that particular video. So in this video today we're going to talk about some more potential flashback cards, we'll discuss some of the players that you guys mentioned in the last video, and we'll also chat about some players who have just been added into Ultimate Team who could end up with one of the special cards at some point too. Before we get into things, you guys know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like rating on it, and also make sure you're active in the comment section down below as well, because I want to hear from you guys. I want to know if you regret doing any of the flashback SBCs this year, and I also want to know if you regret not doing some of them as well. I personally wish I completed the Flashback Sturridge SBC, but at the time I just didn't think he was worth it, but I wish I had Flashback Sturridge in my club now. Okay, I think it's time to talk about some potential flashback cards now. So, the first player we're going to chat about is Jackson Martinez, who was added back into Ultimate Team, I think it was sometime last week. He's now back in the Portuguese league where he used to shine. Back in FIFA 14, he had an incredible Team of the Season card, and it would be pretty cool to see a card like that in FIFA 19. I think a flashback Jackson Martinez would fit the FIFA 19 gameplay pretty damn well. Up next is Dario Serna. Now, this is another player who was recently added back into FUT. This guy has had some pretty insane cards in previous FIFAs, and a flashback variant of him in FIFA 19 would be great to see. This guy has such a well-rounded card. You could use it as a right back, right wing, or in midfield, so I would like to see a flashback Dario Serna. SHAARAWY is the next player we're going to discuss. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't think this one will happen, but a lot of you mentioned him in the last video, and thus I'm included him in this video. A flashback Elsha would be pretty good, but he has already had a bunch of special cards this year, and I just don't think EA will give him a flashback in FIFA 19, but maybe in a future FIFA. On the next page is Bastian Schweinsteiger, one of Germany's greatest players. The midfielder has had so many special cards throughout the years of Ultimate Team, and a lot of you want to see him get a flashback card. So yeah, I'm telling you now, there was a lot of comments about him in the last video, so to the EA staff that are watching, give the people what they want. They want to see a flashback Schweinsteiger card. Another player that was mentioned a lot in the comment section of the last video was Pablo ZABALETA. Now, he was actually in my notes for the previous video, but I ended up leaving him out for whatever reason. I actually can't remember why I left him out. Anyway, he's included in this video today, and despite him not looking like the most appealing of FUT cards, especially for a right back, you lot seem to want to see him get a flashback card, and I agree, it would be a decent card. Not the best pace, but physically and defensively, it should be pretty solid. Claudio Pizarro, this guy is up next. He has had an interesting career. Now, if you ignore his stint at Chelsea, he was at Werder Bremen, he then went to Bayern Munich for a few years, and then eventually he returned to Werder Bremen. And then he went to Bayern Munich again, and then, you know what happens, he went back to Werder Bremen. And then he went to Cologne, and now he's back at Werder Bremen, which is where he is now. So, yeah, he's definitely given his best years to the green-white team, and I'm sure a lot of Werder Bremen fans would love to see him get a flashback item. Michael Bradley is the next player I want to talk about now. I know some people might not agree with this one, but I'm going to include it anyway. EA didn't do the MLS Team of the Season last year, and I have no idea whether they'll do it this year. So maybe we could see some MLS players get flashback cards to their Team of the Season cards from past FIFAs. Next up is Shunsuke Nakamura. Now, some people might not even know that this guy is still playing, but he is. He's currently 40 and he's playing in the J-League. This guy definitely had his best years at Celtic, and although he has no high-rated cards to quote-unquote flashback to, FIFA-wise, it would be good to see him get a special card at some point. He's one of Japan's best footballers ever. On the next page is Jakub Błaszczykowski. Now, I used to love using this guy in the old FIFAs. He was always pretty cheap, and he was always so freaking quick. His current FIFA 19 card has 74 pace, so yeah, he's just not as usable in FIFA as he once was. Nonetheless, he's had a bunch of special cards over the years, and I'm sure a lot of Polish fans would love to see this guy get a flashback item. Bacary Sagna is the next player I want to talk about now. A couple of you actually suggested this one, and I agree with you. A flashback Sagna would be great. Not only could it be a pretty solid French right-back option, but also it would provide a green link to Alessandrini in the MLS, who in turn provides a green link to Ibrahimovic. So, you know, some people might disagree, but I do feel that a flashback Sagna would be pretty popular, especially if it's not too expensive. On this next page is a potential flashback Juan Mata. Now, I've got to be honest, I don't know if this one will happen, and the reason I say that is, so far, none of the flashback cards we've been given have been position change cards, like major positional changes from winger to central. So I don't actually know if this one is possible, but if it is, it would be great to see a central Juan Mata card. Back in FIFA 13, he had an amazing Team of the Season item. Now, I didn't include Daniele De Rossi in my last video because he had an end of era card in FIFA 18 right at the end, but you guys really wanted to see De Rossi get a flashback card in FIFA 19, so I've included him, and hopefully at some point EA take note and end up releasing one. I agree with you guys, I think he deserves it. Now, I didn't include too many Serie A cards in my last video either, so as you can already tell, I've added a lot to this video. Candreva used to have some amazing cards in Ultimate Team, and I think a flashback variant of him would fit FIFA 19 pretty well. A lot of you wanted to see Vidal get a flashback card too, and once again, I agree, I would love to see that as well. He actually has a decent card in FIFA 19, but his pace is pretty low, so people are not interested in using his normal base card. But if he got a flashback card with a good pace boost, I think it would be very freaking popular. Just look at that Screen Busquets card. So many people love using it due to its pace boost. I don't know why I somehow mispronounced the word boost, but anyway, let's move on. Chris Smalling is up next. Now, I know some people won't agree with this one because Chris Smalling's career's been it's been interesting, let's put it like that. But a flashback is a flashback to a certain season, so I think flashback Smalling is a possibility, and if he got a card like this, I know it would be very popular. Talking of Premier League centre-backs, you guys filled my comment section with Kompany comments. He's another player who I agree would make for a great flashback card, but once again, I didn't include him in the previous video due to him getting that very high rated, 95 rated card at the end of FIFA 18. Fernando Llorente in FIFA 19 has 31 pace, but we could flash back to a time where he had working legs and he could run. Back in FIFA 12, he actually had a pretty impressive looking blue card. Jefferson Farfan was one of my favourite players in FIFA 13, and I'm not just saying that. You can check out my old videos and you'll see that I used to use this guy a lot. It would be great to see him get a flashback card similar to his FIFA 13 Team of the Season item. Claudio Bravo's best years are seemingly behind him now, but just maybe in FIFA 19, we see him get one more high-rated special card. A flashback to his Barcelona days would make for a pretty good card. Dante used to have an incredibly overpowered card back in FIFA 13, and I'm just referring to his normal base card. His non-inform was OP, and at the end of the year, he got a very nice-looking Team of the Season item. Another centre-back who could get a flashback item is Colaccini. This guy had a few solid years at Newcastle, and as you can see, he got himself a pretty insane card back in FIFA 12, which could be flashed back too. The final player we're going to talk about in this video is Buffon. Now, I've got to be honest, I don't think Buffon will get a flashback card this year due to him still playing at a very high level with PSG, and he also got that insane 98 rated card at the end of FIFA 18, but I would love to be proven wrong. I would like to see a flashback Buffon in FIFA 19, that would be a pretty good card, and judging by the comment section on my last flashback video, you guys would love to see a flashback Buffon too. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. We've spoken about 20 odd players who could get a flashback card in the next few months. Now some people that are watching this video might not have seen my previous flashback video, so I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. In that video I do cover more of the popular options for flashback cards, so before people start commenting on this video saying, Kieran, what about Robin, what about Ribery, relax, I already covered them in the other video, so be sure to to check that out. Anyway, with all that being said, guys, if you could leave a like on this video, that would be muchly appreciated, and make sure you're leaving comments in the comment section down below. I want to hear about what flashback cards you've enjoyed so far in FIFA 19, and I also want to hear what flashback cards you want to see in the future. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I will catch you in the next one.